Today we're going to change the master and slave for the clutch. It just isn't working right, and it turns out there's a little plastic piece that broke that attaches to the pedal, and you can't replace that. So I just went ahead and bought the whole thing because it's original anyway. So we're going to get started and put that in.
There's the 2 bolts and then the neutral safety switch. So those 2 bolts will have to come off.
So the plunger rod snaps into a couple of tabs, and it's almost impossible to get those out. The best way is to just cut this rod and then it comes out. Okay, so this rod won't come out of this thing. Very difficult. So you have to cut it off in order to get your neutral safety switch off the shaft. And so when you put this back on, you have to put the neutral safety switch, put these seals, then snap it into the master. So now that this is out, I'm going to go underneath and take off the slave. Most of the parts companies sell the master, slave, and hose as one unit. It's all pre-bled, and you just take the old one out, put the new one in. You can buy the individual components, but this is much easier and it doesn't cost all that much more. So a common problem is this is plastic. This attaches to the clutch pedal, and this plastic piece right here breaks, which is what happened on this Jeep. The rest of the system is fine. That's all good. But you can't buy this plastic piece or the plunger rod with the plastic piece. I looked all over. So pretty much just have to replace it. But this is the weak link in the system. My pedal was going almost all the way to the floor before it would disengage, almost like it had air in it. And then when I checked, this was gone and it was just rolling in this piece. It would pop off the clutch pedal, and I actually had to take a piece of rope and kind of tie it together till I could get this replaced. Under here, the slave cylinder, just these 2 nuts will come off. This whole thing will come off, and then I just have to fish the line out. It does have a connection right here that holds it in place. So I'm under here changing out the slave cylinder, and I looked around, and as with most Jeeps, I found another problem that now I'm going to need to fix, and I'll show you what that is. So if you look at the radiator hose right there, you can see water dripping from the edge of the hose going right down there. Then you can see where it has been leaking down and evaporating or whatever. So another thing to add to the list to take care of that today. I may need to replace the hose. I don't know. I'm going to try tightening up that clamp first. Okay, I got the old one out, and obviously I had to cut the rod because once this is snapped in, it's done. So the old one, which I may or may not be factory, is plastic tubing. Goes down to a plastic slave. Now my new one is a aluminum housing, and the slave is also an aluminum housing, which I like that better. When you get ready to put it in, they just snap off right here. This stays in, and pushes against your clutch, kind of like this old one right here, and then you'll be good to go. So I'm going to thread this new one back down through, get it ready to hook in. So I've routed the new line down here, so I'm ready to stick this in. You have to remember to break these tabs off, so I'm going to break those off and then come back, but I got to put the camera down. So when I took the braces off, those little plastic tabs, the guts tried to pop out the end of the slave cylinder, so kind of had to hold it all in there, pop those things off. I never pulled the rubber boot, so I don't know if there's a keeper, but anyway, I didn't want it to blow the guts out. There's a factory clip right here that holds the line basically to the body so that this doesn't get caught up into the drive line. So you want to make sure you put this back on. Alright, so I got the master up here. I'm going to put this in, then we'll go inside and shove all the guts in the back, and then it'll snap into this. There's two tabs in here that the push rod's going to snap into. So once we get this bolted in, then we'll go inside and put the rest of that on. So you put the neutral safety switch back on the rod with the new rubber that's right in there, and then you hook it up to the clutch pedal and you just give a nice little push and you feel it snap in. And then with that, we're done. I just pushed the clutch in and it's like brand new. Alright, we just got that all done, and that took about 25 minutes or so to change that out. It was very easy. Hope this was helpful. I appreciate you watching. Please leave any comments if you've done it differently, especially getting that push rod out of the master. Anyway, leave some comments and likes if you like it, and please subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.